Hi students, today we will read paleontological evidences of evolution. So here paleontology means fossil. So fossil evidence we'll study now. How the fossil evidences gives the proof of evolution. You know the fossils, they remain in the earth's surface, in the earth crust. These fossils, they give the evidences of evolution. How we will know? You see, in the earth's surface, when the primitive earth is formed, at that time three-fourth area water was there and one part earth land was there. So you know, in the water area the first living being is formed. So most of the lives, they were remaining in the water. After many years, these living beings, they died and deposited in the bottom of the ocean, and it was crusted by dust and soil. So they are pressed and made fossil. And after that, evolution of life, some protozoans and higher animals developed. They also died and settled down, and earth crust was surfaced on that, and they become fossilized. After that, you take fish, amphibians, like that, higher animals, they developed and they died and fossilized. After that, some reptiles, mammals, they developed in the water and land surface. They are fossilized by the earthquake and by cyclone or anything, natural calamities, and they are sedimented in that earth surface and they become fossilized. Like that, so many fossils are present, layer by layer, like that. In the top of the earth layer, our latest mammals fossils are present. Now, can you tell which type of fossils will be in the bottom of the soil crust? Can you tell? Suppose this is the earth. This is the earth. In the first fossil will be here. All the protozoans. The next fossils will be of the maybe multicellular animals. Next fossils upper will be generally the mollusks, arthropods, annelids. The next upper fossils will be generally fishes and amphibians. The next upper fossil will be reptiles, where the dinosaurs, other crocodiles, their fossils are found. Then upper fossils will be generally mammals. So these mammals fossils are seen in the upper surface of the earth. In this upper surface of earth, we also find the fossils of the camel, elephant, horse, human, like that. And we have studied, the scientists have studied that in that upper layers of earth, the horse, primitive variety of horse, and elephant, primitive variety of other mammals are found. Then still upper surface, we see the advanced type of horse and advanced type of elephants fossils we see. Then still upper surface, we see advanced horse and advanced elephants, camels, and human fossils are found. So they see layer by layer all the evolutions of different animals we see by studying the different layers of fossil. So these are the fossils. By studying the fossils, they have get the direct proof that there was evolution, because in the core of heart protozoans are there, still above multicellular. Then upper fossils are what? The fishes. Like that, up to in the top, mammals and human beings are there. This is the one of the proof. And these earth surface, the primitive, when the protozoans were there, that is the era called Proterozoic era. So when the protozoans were there in the Proterozoic era, then after that Paleozoic era, where all the invertebrates and fishes were there. Then after that, after Paleozoic, it was the Mesozoic era. Mesozoic era, we found the different type of reptiles. And in Cenozoic era, we find the advanced mammals and advanced modern man, like that. So this, in the geological time scale, there are 6 eras. First is the Azoic era. In that Azoic era, there were no animal, only earth and water was there. After that, when the coacervates or DNA molecules or virus, they are formed in the Archezoic era. Then after that Archezoic era, when the prokaryotic bacteria are formed, they are called Proterozoic era. Then after that bacteria, then they grew into protozoans, multicellular, sponge, like that, other molluscans, annelidans. At that time, that is called Paleozoic era. Right. After that Paleozoic era, then started Mesozoic era. In that Mesozoic era, the different type of reptiles and dinosaurs, all type of reptiles they developed. Then after that, the development of the mammals occurs in the Cenozoic era. So there are 6 eras: Azoic era, Archezoic era, Proterozoic era, Paleozoic era, Mesozoic era, and Cenozoic era. And all eras have again divided. Each era is divided into different periods. And each period again subdivided into different epochs. Right? So 6 eras, each era is divided into periods, and each period subdivided into epochs. But we will study little bit about the Cenozoic era, that is last era. Right? So Cenozoic era is divided into different epochs. So the epochs are Paleocene, Eocene, Oligocene, Miocene, Pliocene, Pleistocene, and Holocene. The Paleocene era developed from the 60 million years ago, when the primates, means monkey variety animals, developed 60 million years ago. That is called Paleocene. Then in this time also, a dog-like horses also developed. Horses are at that time just like a dog-like, or maybe a small fox-like. At that time, primates, monkeys also developed, small monkeys. After that is 60 million years ago. Then after that, Eocene started. Eocene is 40 million years ago. At that time, the horse is little bit heightened, 40 million years ago. Then after that, Oligocene started. That is around 20 million years ago. At that time, the horses become more heightened, right? Legs are little longer, right? Then after that, in Miocene started, right? In Miocene, what happened? The horses are little bit longer, right? And in a Pliocene, it is more longer. In Pleistocene, it is also more longer, right? And in Holocene, around 0.1 million years ago, the long horses are developed. They are called equus. So at that time, modern man also developed, right? So like this way, evolution occurs. So evolution occurs in the horse like this way, and also camels also occurred in this way. So in Paleocene, camels are very small, like a dog like, right? Again, by become more heightened, then in Holocene, camels are longer. Like also in elephants also, in Paleocene area, small elephants are very small, like dog-like or donkey-like, and they have their proboscis, very small proboscis, like this, not a long proboscis. The elephants are small, and the proboscis is very small, like this, right? In Eocene, the elephants' proboscis become little longer. In Miocene, the elephant's proboscis become more longer, and more longer in Pliocene, and Pleistocene it is more longer. In Holocene, in this modern age, the elephant's proboscis is more longer, more smooth, like that. In like that way, the evolution occurs in the camel, in the horse, in the elephants, and these variety of animals are seen in the earth crust in a fossilized form, and they give the direct proof that evolution was there, because they have seen the imprints, fossil imprints, this small skeleton of the horse, large skeleton of horse, again larger skeleton of the horse. These proofs give the direct evidence of the paleontological evolution. I will show you one picture how the evolution of horse occurs. See, you can see in your book. You see, you can see. See this horse. In Eocene period, in Eocene epoch, the horse is dog-like, right? Then it developed in Oligocene, the horse is little higher. Then in Miocene, it is little higher. Then in the Miocene also it is like this. Then in the Pleistocene it is like this. Then Pliocene it is like this. Then in Holocene it is like this. Like this, in 60 millions, within the 60 million years ago, this horse which was dog-like in 60 million years ago, it became like this bigger horse, which is called equus, right? So like that, camels also, they developed like this, small to larger. Like this, elephants also, they developed from smaller size to larger size. So these proofs, this paleontological proof gives the direct evidence of evolution. See, another proof of paleontological evidence is the missing link, Archaeopteryx. This picture is a bird-like and reptile-like. It is a fossil. It is a fossil. It is having the character of reptile as well as bird. See, it is neither reptile nor bird. it have both the characters. It have the reptilian character and bird's character or ape's character. You see the picture here. It is the it is the beak, and in the beak, in the beak, it have the teeth, reptilian teeth. You know, in the birds there is no teeth. In the bird's beak there is no teeth, but in this bird, like, it have a teeth. This is the reptilian character, and its forelimb. In its forelimb, it have reptilian character of the scales in the limb, right? And claws are there. This is reptilian character, and it have the tails, reptile-like tails. So it is a reptilian character. And what are the bird's character? It have the bird's character, like it have feathers in the arm. And other birds' character, what are they? They have the beak, right? So, like these characters identifies and speaks about the birds are evolved from the reptiles. That's why birds are called glorified reptiles. So all these proofs give the idea of the evolution, and it is the direct proof that evolution was there. So you can read, you can see in your book. If any doubt, you can ask. Okay? Thank you.